A quick new idea daily from the world's greatest TEDx talks. I'm your host, Atossa Leoni, and this is TEDx Shorts. Sustainability is complicated. And while we figure out the challenges associated with green economies and wildlife conservation, Sharon Redrobe OBE has one temporary solution: build more zoos. Sharon's a veterinarian and runs a zoo, a development even she's surprised by. But she says these environments are crucial for housing our threatened animal species until we can offer safer natural environments for them to return to.
Picture this: marching through the streets of London, calling for all zoos to be closed. I passionately believed that animals belonged in the wild, happy and free. They did not belong in zoos. I wanted to be like my hero, Jane Goodall. Everything was black and white. How on earth then, 30 years later, do I find myself walking through the steps of Buckingham Palace to collect an OBE for running a zoo? What on earth happened? Let me tell you, I learned lots of stuff over those 25, 30 years, and what I learned shocked me, upset me, and I changed my mind. And I'm not ashamed to say that I changed my mind. So let me introduce you to your closest cousins. First, we've got the red ape, the only one that lives outside Africa, the orangutan. They have a very long childhood and they have very long memories. Really clever animals. Then the gorilla, you're probably familiar with those, the big hairy silverback sitting guarding his family, munching on leaves and belching in the rainforest, just waiting for David Attenborough to turn up with his film crew. And then you've got the chimpanzees, my favourite: loud, noisy, boisterous, competitive, aggressive. And then we come to another one, the bonobo. Have you even heard about them yet? Not gazebo, that's a tent for your garden. These are bonobo. And what especially fascinates me about bonobos is that they're female-led. And what's also interesting about bonobo is that they resolve conflict by kissing and hugging. Maybe we should all be a bit more bonobo. Eventually, I got to go to Africa and see with my own eyes what it was actually like for chimpanzees and gorillas. And I saw that they were being slaughtered, their families were being slaughtered, and the lucky ones, if they were young kids and they were sold either into the pet trade or just kept by the poachers' kids for a while, if they were lucky, they'd be rescued and confiscated and be put into rescue centres. And they'd probably live out the rest of their lives in those rescue centres. And these wires were as much to keep the animals in as to keep the poachers out. This was not like the BBC documentaries I'd grown up watching. This isn't the wild I wanted to see. This isn't the wild I thought was out there. What was I going to do? Well, I carried on being a zoo and wildlife vet internationally, flying around Europe and America and giving lectures here and there and writing diverse papers such as tortoise heart disease, that exists, look it up, and gorilla cataracts, and doing health checks on big guys like this. But, and I'm a slow thinker, I thought, maybe I need to do more, maybe I can do more and I should do more. I want us to start thinking about zoos like we think about hospitals. You might not love them, but we need them. We will get sick, we may get poorly, we will need hospitals. You don't close all the hospitals because there's a bad one. You improve it. But we do need them. Do we need zoos? Well, I believe we do. Because we're in an extinction crisis right now. Wouldn't it have been great if somebody 25, 30 years ago, before it got this bad, would have thought, do you know what? We need an ark on the planet. We need to start breeding animals in safe spaces so that if and when the human race wakes up and it's safe, we can re-release them. It would have been great if somebody had done that. And the fantastic news is, we did. Some of us humans did do that. There's no meteorite this time. We're in the 6th great extinction crisis because we humans have caused it. We humans are melting the polar ice caps, we're chopping down the forests, we're driving our closest cousins to extinction. Shame on us. We're the evolved ape. If we're part of the problem, we can come up with the solutions. We can, and we will, and we are. We have to start doing that. We live on a finite planet with finite resources, and it is not good enough that these animals are going to go extinct in my lifetime. We need zoos. I don't think that's great, but we do. They're like hospitals. We need the arks. We need to stop these animals going extinct. It's not the only solution. We need to keep the trees standing. So we can start planting, and we should, but we may have a gap, and that's where the arks and the zoos come in. So that's my journey. That's how I changed my mind. These issues are complicated and complex, and it's not black and white anymore.
The TEDx talk you just listened to was recorded at a TEDx event in Leicester, England. All TEDx events are independently organized by volunteers who believe in TED's mission of ideas worth spreading. Special thanks to the organizing team at TEDxLeicesterWomen. Want to listen to more TEDx talks? Visit our website at ted.com/TEDxShorts. I'm Atossa Leoni. Thanks for listening, and see you tomorrow.